Laura and Dan, a seemingly normal couple, but looks can be deceiving. Dan, with his charming smile, was controlling. He dictated every aspect of Laura's life, her clothes, her friends, her thoughts. Laura, once vibrant, became a shadow. She yearned for freedom, for a voice. Years passed. The resentment grew. Laura dreamt of escape. One day she stumbled upon an old book, her grandmother's grimoire. It spoke of herbs, potions and transformations. A dangerous idea began to form in Laura's mind. This was her chance. The grimoire was cryptic. Laura spent weeks deciphering its secrets. She learned about Nightshade and Wolfsbane. She discovered the power of moon cycles and incantations. Her fear was replaced by a steely resolve. She would not be a victim, she would fight back. The recipe was complex. It required rare ingredients and precise timing. Laura meticulously gathered everything she needed. She practiced the incantation, her voice growing stronger with each repetition. The plan was in motion. There was no turning back. A storm raged outside, mirroring the turmoil in Laura's heart. Dan was asleep, oblivious to the danger brewing in their own kitchen. Laura worked swiftly, her movements precise. She combined the ingredients, the air thick with the scent of earth and magic. The potion glowed an eerie green. Laura whispered the incantation, her voice steady. This was it, the moment her life would change forever. She added the final ingredient, a lock of Dan's hair. The potion fizzed, then went still. Laura was ready. The next morning, Dan awoke feeling different. He felt smaller, weaker. He looked down at his hands. They were tiny, chubby. He tried to speak, but only a gurgle escaped his lips. He was a toddler again. Panic surged through Dan's eyes as he saw Laura. He tried to speak, to demand an explanation, but Laura just smiled. She had anticipated his reaction. The potion had worked. Dan was helpless. Gone was the timid woman who trembled at Dan's every word. Laura was now a pillar of strength. She took charge, caring for Dan as if he were her child. She bathed him, fed him and put him to bed early, and she did it all with a chillingly calm demeanor. The power dynamic had shifted completely. Laura was no longer afraid. She had taken back her life, her voice, her power, and she would never let anyone take it from her again. Days turned into weeks. Laura settled into her new routine. She enrolled Dan in daycare, introducing him as her son. She got a job, her confidence radiating outward. People were drawn to her newfound strength, unaware of the secret she hid behind closed doors. At night, Laura would look at Dan, a mischievous glint in her eye. He was trapped, a constant reminder of her triumph. He had underestimated her, just like everyone else. And now he was paying the price. Word spread through their small town. Laura, the once meek housewife, was now a single mother. People whispered about Dan's sudden disappearance. Some pitied Laura, others admired her resilience, but no one suspected the truth. Laura ignored the gossip. Let them talk, she thought. They knew nothing of her suffering, of her strength. She had survived, she had won, and she would continue to build her new life on her own terms. One sunny afternoon, while pushing Dan on the swings, Laura noticed a familiar face. It was Sarah, Dan's old friend, the one who used to encourage his controlling behavior. Sarah approached, her eyes wide with concern. "Laura, is that Dan?" she stammered. Laura met her gaze, a steely glint in her eyes. "This is my son," she said firmly. Sarah looked from Laura to Dan, her face a mixture of confusion and disbelief. She tried to speak, but Laura cut her off. "You want to know where Dan is?" Laura asked, her voice low and dangerous. "He's right here, trapped in this pathetic form because of what he did to me." Sarah gasped, taking a step back. You did this?" she whispered. "He controlled my life, Sarah. He stole my voice, my spirit. This is just a taste of his own medicine." Laura's voice was firm, unwavering. She had nothing to hide anymore. Sarah, speechless, could only stare as Laura turned away. Laura pushed Dan on the swing, a sense of grim satisfaction washing over her. She was finally free, and she was in control. The whispers, the rumors, they meant nothing. She had won her own twisted game of revenge. The park blurred as Laura walked away, Dan's laughter trailing behind her. She was no longer a victim, but a survivor, a protector, a mother, and no one would ever underestimate Laura again.